All right. Good Friday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. We have made it to the final day of the week, Friday evening. And obviously, we are done with the last day of the week. So we are now ready to go on and go to our weekend. But first, obviously, we got to give a round of applause because we've made it to Friday. But that is all there. Let's go on and first off, say if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button yet, make sure you go and do so. Also, make sure they go and hit the share button, share it with all the people that you know. Right now, a couple people have viewed. We only have one like, so make sure that you go on and do that. Also, let's go on and talk with the recorded audience for the people who can unfortunately not make it to the live stream tonight, unfortunately. Good Friday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, one has had a fantastic Friday. I am your meteorologist, Peterson, and let's go and talk about the weather for your Friday evening going into your future. I'm looking at the radar right now. We do not have really anything going on except for maybe just some isolated downpours going on near Hemingway, South Carolina, up here towards just to the west of Conway, South Carolina. And other than that, I'm not seeing really anything else going on that's too important throughout the state. If you go into the entire United States, you can see that we do have some rainfall activity going on in Florida as well as Mississippi, Alabama, and going into South Dakota with some winds gusts down there. Even up to we had an 84-mile-per-hour wind gust in Buffalo, South Dakota earlier. We also have some rainfall in the Pacific Northwest, also in Montana, Idaho, and New Mexico as well, going into Pennsylvania and New York. We do have some rainfall through there. If we go towards our cloud cover right now is showing some, not really so much cloud cover. It's mainly clear throughout most of the state. Kind of up there toward like the Grand Strand, we do have some cloud cover up there. Low country, Midlands, those regions are pretty clear right now. Upstate does have some low clouds, but overall it's isolated. If we go into our cloud cover for the future, going on to push this forward, you can see that cloud cover overall is kind of just staying up there in the upstate, not really making it too far. Until we move down to around like the PD region, you kind of start to see some more cloud cover like tomorrow, even as we get into tomorrow afternoon as well for our Saturday. So overall, cloud cover is showing up a little bit, even as we get towards like the low country of South Carolina. Getting some cloud cover tomorrow afternoon, maybe even the upstate getting some more. Current temperatures right now, 82 in Columbia as well as 79 inside of Saluda, 79 in Newburgh as well as 80 in Winsboro, 79 in Myrtle Beach, 77 in Conway as well as 77 in Georgetown, 77 in Somerville as well as 79 in Charleston. We also do have 77 in Greenville, 82 in Kiowa Island as well as 79 in Walterboro. We also do have 77 in Furman and even 79 in Spartanburg. Low temperatures for tonight, 69 in Greenville, 68 in Spartanburg, as well as 67 in Rock Hill. We also do have around 73 in Columbia, 72 in Sumter, 71 in Kingstree, as well as 73 in Moncks Corner, 72 in Walterboro, as well as 76 in Hilton Head Island, 73 in Georgetown, and 75 inside of Myrtle Beach. If we go towards our rainfall, forecasted precipitation from now 9 p.m. to tomorrow around 8 p.m. You can see a good amount of precipitation is possible, 100th of an inch to 10th of an inch for places like Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Kingstree, Sumter, Winsboro, Columbia, Aiken, and then a 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch is potentially possible for Moncks Corner going into Georgetown, maybe even a quarter of an inch to a half an inch for some regions as well, maybe even an isolated inch of rain. But overall, mainly that 100th of an inch to probably around a quarter of an inch. Here is our thunderstorm risk for today. Or for tonight. You can see that thunderstorm risk overall is still kind of confined to the low country, the southern Midlands, and even what the eastern PD going into the Grand Strand as well. And overall, there has been no update so far. Tomorrow, the entire state, yes, the entire state South Carolina has a threat for some thunderstorms again tomorrow. Again, most likely just isolated thunderstorms. Again, this is kind of our little quiet time here, but overall, same thing for tomorrow. Sunday as well, the entire state again. Now, this day right here will probably be more of an active day, but overall, Sunday we could have some more thunderstorms again. In terms of excessive rainfall, we do not have any excessive rainfall that is expected at all throughout the next 5 days as well. Let's go on now and look at our models. So we're going to go on and start off here, starting off at 9 p.m. You can see that overall there is, obviously this is what the models thought would happen, but it's not really the case thus far. Even as you get to around 12 to 2 o'clock in the morning, it still has showers and downpours up there in the upstate, just to the west of Greenville. But overall, that fades out. I mean, it's still even there by around 6 to 8 o'clock in the morning. So honestly, I don't think that that's quite correct. I think that that's probably a bit off. But if we continue this forward, definitely tomorrow by around noon to around 1 p.m., those showers and thunderstorms start to pop up. And if you even continue that even further into the future, rainfall, shower, thunderstorm activity continues from the Grand Strand towards the low country of South Carolina as well. And then even as you get into like the afternoon, around 5, 6, 7 p.m., those showers and downpour activities continue there. In the upstate, Midlands, places like that. And then once you get to around 9 to 10 p.m. tomorrow night, that's finally when it starts to dissipate again. And it's the same thing right over again on Sunday, 2 to 3 p.m. showers and thunderstorms. So just this overall pattern of just this thunderstorm activity over and over again for what we have been forecasted for a while now. If we go towards our rainfall for the next 300 hours or so, as we go on and push this forward, you can see that overall it's staying relatively nice, even as we go through on June 24th. Remember, I said the 25th through around the 27th. That's when it's going to start to get back active again and back to our rainfall every single day pattern. It's nothing in terms of like major storms. It's really just rainfall, just scattered thunderstorms. Even as we go through all the way past July the 4th, as well as we're getting closer and closer to that holiday as well. I believe that is the next holiday. But overall, we do have this risk here as we continue through. As we go on and move into our next area, which is our tropics. No tropical cyclone activity is expected during the next 7 days, so we are good in terms of the tropics. Nothing to say there. The crazy score, we're at 18 for tonight in the mild category, slightly breezy or cloudy, but no major concerns, honestly. I can agree with that. Definitely not calm because it's definitely not clear out there. And obviously there are still kind of some more moderate clouds, so I wouldn't really say that it's light. Let's go on now, since we're done with all of that. Nothing to talk about in terms of the drought, but just a summary of what I've said. Mainly clear skies will dominate with calm, quiet weather, even though I think that could be a bit different. But I'd say honestly, mainly clear for most of us, but there are still some moderate cloud inside the sky. Lows are in the low to mid 70s, inland 80 or close to 80 near the coast. Patchy fog possible late, especially in areas that saw rain earlier. Any lingering showers will fade quickly as well. Now over just like the next 7 days, dangerous heat will build. Highs will climb into the upper 90s to near 100 degrees Tuesday and Thursday, with heat indices from 102 to 110 degrees. Heat advisories are possible next week. Prolonged high temperatures and warm nights may prompt heat alerts by early next week. Obviously, heat wave incoming as a powerful ridge will dominate, bringing hotter than normal weather. Rain chances will stay below average than usual until we get to around that June 25th to 27th time frame. And overall, the night times as well, it's going to be warm to the low to mid 70s, offering little relief from the nighttime, from the just daytime heat as well. So You might get obviously cooler than 90 degrees, but I mean, still having those highs in the mid 70s, that could still be a bit warm for some people. But that's it in terms of just what's going on, just on a summary. Let's go on now and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off, Gerald says, hi, Joseph. Hello to you. Thad says, good evening, Joseph. I trust all is well. All is well. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much for that. Enjoy your weekend. Miss Ann says, good evening. Good evening to you. Mr. Anthony says, good evening. Good evening to you. And then Miss Chevy says, great storm-free weekend. Please say it's so. Storm-free weekend, I mean, again, we're still in this summer pattern, so you definitely could still see a shower or a thunderstorm as we get into this weekend. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's low, only around like 20% or so, but that's not impossible. So you have to still make sure that you are watching, even if it's low. And then my Aunt Shirley says, good evening, happy Friday to you as well. And so that is it. So we're going to go on now and talk about our 3 locations outside of South Carolina, that being San Antonio, Raleigh, Philadelphia. Then we're going to go on and talk about what's going on throughout the entire U.S., just weather news-wise. And then after that, I believe that we will most likely be out of here for the night unless we have some other questions from the audience. But let's go on and talk about that now. Starting off with San Antonio, low temperatures tonight, 75. High temperatures tomorrow, 93. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 76. No precipitation is expected tonight nor tomorrow. But definitely in the future, definitely could potentially still see some. In terms of severe weather, there is no severe weather that is expected. And then in terms of excessive rainfall, you can probably guess it, but yes, there is no excessive rainfall that is expected. Raleigh being our next location, low temperatures tonight 68, high temperatures tomorrow 92, low temperatures tomorrow 71. No precipitation is expected tonight or tomorrow, but definitely get ready for high temperatures in the 100s. Yes, the 100s for Raleigh as well, as it's about to get hot. Like, that's why they're talking about this heat wave so much from the west all the way as it moves its way over to the east, because it's going to get burning hot, but that's not now. You still have some time until that occurs. In terms of severe weather, there is no excessive rainfall that is in effect for Raleigh, but there's also no severe weather as well. Philadelphia being the last location, low temperatures tonight 69, high temperatures tomorrow 91, low temperatures tomorrow night 73. Again, no precipitation is expected as you go through tonight. And again, Philadelphia will be in the 100s soon as well. So it's going to be hotter most likely in Raleigh and Philadelphia than it is in San Antonio and South Carolina, just in general. So that's interesting to see. In terms of severe weather, Philadelphia does not have a threat for any sort of severe weather. In terms of excessive rainfall, though, there is no threat for excessive rainfall either. So that is it in terms of those 3 locations. What's going on throughout the entire U.S.? Severe thunderstorms are likely today across portions of the northern plains and into the upper Mississippi Valley. Gusty winds and dry conditions will result in widespread critical fire weather through Saturday across parts of the Four Corners region and the Great Basin. A significant and dangerous heat wave will expand from the central U.S. to the East Coast, or just the eastern U.S. in general, this weekend through much of next week. I mean, you already have extreme heat watches out for places in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, going into West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York City, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. I mean, all of those will get up into the 90s and maybe even the 100s as well. And then, obviously, heat advisories are out for Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, going all the way up into Illinois, going into Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, and then even into Colorado. You also do have some red flag warnings again for California, through Nevada, through Utah, through pretty much the Four Corners region, Arizona, New Mexico as well. And that will expand more towards us later as we go into next week. That will include pretty much us, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, Florida, all the way up into the Northeast. So that will continue. and we're just not quite there yet. We're just gonna wait though. But our high temperatures, or very hot temperatures, are coming. If you thought that the temperatures this week was hot, next week is going to be even hotter. But that's it in terms of that. Let's check out the chat one more time. I do not see anything else at all, so I'm going to assume that we are done for tonight. If you did enjoy the forecast tonight, make sure you go hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. We're at 500 subscribers, trying to get to 600, and we just are starting off as we just hit 500 subscribers a couple of days ago, on the way now to 600 subscribers. So let's go on and get there. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Saturday morning forecast update. If you have not hit the like button either, we've had 16 people tune in. We only have 6 likes, so make sure that you go on and do so. I will be back tomorrow morning. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Friday.